Y'all, it took us 17 episodes, but we have the best episode of the season. I was thoroughly entertained. Thoroughly entertained. And I'm about to say something. I'm probably in the minority with this decision. Maybe I haven't checked social media yet. I literally just finished watching the episode. But I'm back on the replacement side. They did their big one. And I'm fully on their side. The way they handled them fights at the end, even though I'm also going to give Diamond her credit for her fighting, because Diamond was in that field and Diamond was getting it. But them two was in there getting it too. Maybe one might have lost the fight, but the way she was in there, I was cool with it. But the way they went back and forth, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna break it all down. I'm gonna give y'all the reasonings behind it. Ahna's a punk. Movie Baby been saying it forever. Me and Legend been disagreeing with her the whole time. I don't know if Legend gonna change his tune because Legend is a big Ahna fan. But I saw what she been saying from day one. Movie Baby tonight. Ahna is a punk. I'm gonna explain it later on. What else? Biggie, you a punk, and I'm glad Nunu gonna get your ass at the reunion. And what else? I'm trying to give y'all spark notes before I start. Oh, the dirty meat and bleach scene. Comedy. Comedy. That was a soap opera. They were acting their asses off, but we're gonna get to it. But if you are new here, please subscribe. Do that right now and turn them post notifications on. Put it on all because we're gonna go live tomorrow. We will be there longer. I don't have nothing to do after that, so we'll be there longer. I want to talk to y'all, get y'all's thoughts as well. Thumbs up the video. That is super big. That helps push the video out and get me to more people. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We got 4 more months, and we're getting super close to it. I think I'm under close to 300. So do that. Thumbs up. Drop your comments down below as well because I want to hear what y'all thinking. But enough, let's go. All right, so we get back to where we left off, which was at the restaurant where Kali and Jelly Bean were going at it. So Kali starts throwing food. Obviously, Jelly Bean gonna do the same thing. Not me. If I got food here and y'all been claiming like y'all have been that y'all have not eaten since y'all got there, why are you throwing the food? Why have y'all not eaten the food? That's what's tripping me out. They had the food out there, but nobody was eating it. I'm like, how did y'all not eat? I would have been sitting there, especially Rolly. I'm sure Rolly wasn't eating. Maybe they had a rule that they couldn't touch the food until they finished having these arguments. But you couldn't have told me that. You couldn't have paid me not to eat that food and let the food sit there and be cold. But they picked up the food and started. Maybe that's why they threw it because it probably was cold. But they got the food, started throwing it. DiamondTheBody, who was funny to me, even though this was childish, but it was funny. She told me something. Oh, we having a food fight. Takes the food and throws it. And they had a little funny scene where she's like, nobody else is throwing the food with me, but whatever. But Kali is sitting there talking about how she don't get the point of replacements because the show is over. That is valid. The show is basically over. Like, I know this is the last country that they're going to, or the last island they're going to, but essentially the show is over, but I'm not mad at it. But Jellybean says she gonna turn around and twerk because Kali ain't doing nothing but this, which she ain't lying. So she turns around and started twerking. Gretchen ends up saying that she loves both Jellybean and Kali, but she gonna always have Kali's back. Good, you should, because the way Kali be going up for you, that's the least that you can do is have her back. But Kali then comes up walking around as Jelly is twerking. Jelly then turns around because she feels her coming. What does Kali do yet again? She backs up. This is the second time that Kali has decided to finally walk up on somebody when their back is turned. And the minute they turn back around, what does she do? Start pumping it back, pump faking. Like, Kali, weak. And I'm so disappointed because I liked Kali so much. Probably up until episode what? Whenever the episode when they was on the beach when she was out here cooning, but okay. But Jela says, well, Kali Bean was calling Jelly Bean a dumbass. Jelly says, I look good. She was not taking Kali serious at all. And I was enjoying it. Jelly Bean was cracking me up. Because it's like, if somebody's that bothered just by you talking, I would act the same way too. I'd be laughing at you too. I would be sitting there egging you on because I know you're that mad. But Jayla then says, if Kali does anything, I'm going to whoop her ass tonight. Jayla just wants to fight Kali at this point. I ain't mad at it though. But she said that Kali was doing too much at the dinner, ruining the dinner, wanting to fight. Gretchen's running behind her. She said, I understand you want to have your friends back, which is cool, but let her handle her own business. I agree with that. It'd be one thing if she was getting jumped, but she wasn't getting jumped. So let Kali have that own issue. And Jellybean, we already saw how Kali gets down when it comes to Jellybean, so there would have been no need for you to jump in. Kali can handle Jellybean if it gets to that point. But Jayla ends up telling Gretchen to sit down because Gretchen's going back and forth with Jayla now. Kali is saying that she can do whatever the fuck she wants because y'all keep jumping her. I said, who is jumping Gretchen? Because Jela got her one-on-ones with Gretchen. And Jela was trying to fight Gretchen when Dia and Slim came behind to jump. That's the only time that I remember Gretchen getting jumped. She had her one-on-ones with Meatball. And she had her one-on-one with Scotty. Nobody else was jumping. So what are you talking about, Kali? But Jayla ends up saying, I whooped your ass and I whooped yours. So I don't give a fuck what any of y'all hoes is talking about. There's no lie there. But Gretchen ends up telling Jayla to shut the fuck up. Jayla walked around that table and told him to get up. Basically, y'all sitting here doing this, get up. So Kali then starts acting like she's going to throw something because security is now literally restraining her. She got 4 or 5 security guards around her trying to throw something. Jayla says, I want you to. They didn't do nothing. Natalie ends up saying, we're not going to do this all night. We're ending it here. She finally exhibited and showed her EP title. So she ended up saying that Nunu is now telling Ahna to go call AB, saying that you're going to need him. Ahna said, I don't want him. What you want me to do? Call him, telling him that you out here dick sucking? They going back and forth. Ahna's walking around with one shoe in her hand. Because at this point, Ahna does look like she is worried that Nunu might come out of somewhere and knock her ass out. But Ahna's sitting there asking Mariah if that's her friend, talking about Nunu. And Mariah says, like, I just met her. You know, I just met her. Mariah's saying, like, in her confessionals that she fucks with Nunu, but her name, talking about Mariah's name, is always getting mentioned. Yeah, because you keep talking to other people about your issues and they're bringing it up. That's also partly your fault, but we'll get to that later on. But they all end up walking out the restaurant. Mariah's sitting there telling Ahna, like, I spent time with the replacements, but I didn't know that she was going to do that. I don't believe that. Something about this just looked fishy to me. But Mariah is saying that she's not going to let nobody touch Ahna. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. If Nunu gets in the field, swinging the way she swing, you don't want none of them problems. But Ahna is walking around looking worried. Like I said, Nunu ends up saying, because the replacements are in their car now. And Nunu was saying her first dinner was exactly what she thought it was. Straight fuckery with these weird ass bitches, but she wanted to check Ahna on that shit. I'm like, yeah, but you started it on Nunu. You was the one coming in there on that weird shit, talking about some shit that had nothing to do with you. But okay. But Nunu ends up talking about Ahna sucking and fucking and said that she could never make her feel bad about anything that she had done. But one thing is for certain, that she gonna fuck her up. And that's on my baby dad. She stay talking about AB. And it's crazy because AB stay dogging her out. He even said it on social media. I saw something on one of the T pages where he was commenting to somebody and saying, like, she don't have no identity outside of being AB's baby mama. There is no lie to that. But Jelly Bean cracked me up when she said that, because when she said, I'm gonna fuck you up and that's on my baby dad, she said, and then turned her head to the side. I'm gonna miss her because she's funny. Like, she's funny to me just for comedic relief. Like, she's unserious and she's goofy and it's funny. I feel like she was needed for that comedic relief where she's just naturally funny to me. Like her opening her mouth and speaking and Kali telling her to shut the fuck up. That was funny to me. It's like you got to have some type of like light and shade with the show. So she was doing that for me, but we'll get to her in a minute. But Ahna is going off on the bus with the rest of the girls about Keva now. And Bleach is sitting there saying that Keva is making up shit and don't want to get her ass whooped again. You never whooped her ass. Like, you can't fight, Bleach. And I'm talking about Tinkabellaa. I got nicknames for her and that dirty meat. But we're going to get to that in a minute. But Ahna says that she don't want Nunu coming into the house thinking that she's going to use her for a storyline. She already is doing that. But Ahna says Ahna don't want to get snuck. She's out here telling security guards, everybody she don't want to get snuck. She's scared. That's just what I'm getting from this. But Nunu is in the car looking in the camera saying that she's going to beat the shit out of Ahna after Ahna was saying that to security. And that's on her baby dad. She said that shit again. Hilarious. But the next day, back at the house, you got Kali in her bedroom talking to Gretchen, talking to her massa about missing her and her being alone. Gretchen is back in Miami, I guess, wherever she's from. Waiting on her ride to go to the doctor. Gretchen ends up saying that she called Kali first thing when she got home because she didn't get to say goodbye to her properly. But they start recapping the dinner. Gretchen's pretty much asking Kali who she gonna get along with. She says DTB and Tinkabellaa Bleach are the two closest ones that she is to in the house besides Gretchen. But they goo gaga and over their friendship, yada, yada, yada. And we get Gretchen's outro. Okay, bye, finally. Long overdue. 17 episodes. She should have been gone, but she's gone now. But we move to Nunu and Keva in their SUV getting ready to go into the house. I'm like, where's Jellybean at? It's just the two of them. Where's Jellybean at? We'll get to that in a minute. But they start talking about the energy of the girls. Like, what are they expecting from the girls? Nunu says that she was literally expressing herself and her thoughts on what happened to Mariah, her mama, and what happened between Mariah and Ahna that triggered her. So it triggered her, supposedly. Word on the curb is she got tipped off to do it by production, but which is crazy to me because I'm grown. You can't make me do something that I don't want to do, especially when something that I know is gonna make me look stupid. She got a 16-year-old kid, so I'm pretty sure she's probably around my age or maybe a little bit older. Crazy. But she's talking about that. But Nunu ends up saying that she can have a conversation with Ahna. She wants to maybe elaborate a little bit more as to why she feels the way she does. But if they don't want to do, if Ahna don't want to do that, they can fight. It is what it is. We can fight. But Nunu ends up saying that her and Keva are on the same page because they know that they're not going to be welcome with open arms. And I like this duo. I'm not going to lie to you. This scene right here started it for me because I like the fact that both of them don't care and will get in there and fight if they need to, and they will have each other's back. And I respect that. Regardless, they looked like fools last week, and I told y'all and I told them if they watching that they look like fools. But they entertained me this episode. I'm going to get to it in a minute. But Keva and y'all tell me if they entertained y'all. It's probably going to be unpopular, but if it is popular, I'll be shocked. But let me know down below. But Keva ends up saying that she wants to talk to Scotty, Tasiki, and Ahna because when she was talking to Tasiki at the Lizard's birthday party, they were calling her aggressive about the whole bleach situation. So Jelly Bean, we find out she decided to leave. Nunu's disappointed. Keva's disappointed. I'm disappointed because you shouldn't be scared of Kali. Maybe she should because of what happened to her, but Kali ain't gonna bust a grape. Like, Kali is not trying to fight nobody right now. She likes to pump fake and act like she is, but she ain't gonna do it. But they understand because things were affecting her mental health. Apparently, she suffers some PTSD and has anxiety, so she's scared. That's just really what it is. But we get her outro, and she's gone. Next scene, we got Rolly and Tasiki. They're outside smoking. Rolly, best she's ever looked. It looks really, really good for her. She looks good. I will say that. She does look good. But she's sitting there talking about E.T. with Tasiki. Rolly feels like E.T. only made up with Tasiki because she was then expecting a fight out of... I don't know what she said about this. She said she feels that E.T. made up with Tasiki but was expecting a fight out of her. Which I'm like, out of who? Out of you or out of Tasiki? I don't know. Y'all tell me because I'm just not understanding what she meant by that, but y'all let me know if y'all caught and understood what she meant. But Tasiki says that you still ain't healing. Like, you still healing. Why are you out here fighting? Talking about Rolly. But Tasiki says that she came up to her, E.T. came up to her as a woman, and Tasiki said at this point when she saw her, she was on go. She was on whatever time E.T. was going to be on, and she was checking her temperature. She was the only one that was checking temperatures that night. The way she rolled up on E.T., like, what you doing? Like, we about to do this? We about to fight? She was the one that was checking temperatures. Scotty was not checking nobody's temperature. But Tasiki ended up saying that she thought that they was going to fight when she saw that she was there and heard her whispering or whatever. But Tasiki says that E.T. is very young-minded, but she accepted her apology. And they could have all been at this level that they're at right now with that apology. And I'm like, yeah, she is right. She is very young-minded. E.T. does need to grow up. Not everything you need to fight about. Same thing can be said for Tasiki, even though Tasiki is a little bit more mature minded, and take that with a grain of salt because you fighting somebody because they standing next to your dude is very young minded. But when it comes to other things, she does realize sometimes I don't need to fight certain people, even though she fought Jelly Bean. But sometimes she does restrain herself and know that certain things are not that deep, even though she fought her over that. I'm sounding like a hypocrite, but you get what I'm saying. But Rolly ends up saying that's why she's not here because she's young minded. But they then started talking about the replacements, trying to find their moment at the dinner, which they were. Tasiki ends up saying that they came and picked with the wrong people. Rolly says that it was Gretchen getting up for Kali for her when she said that she was leaving because of her arm, basically saying, like, you claim that you so injured, that's why you leaving, but you still getting up to, quote unquote, get ready to fight. Valid question. But they are hoping that the replacements don't come in on no nut shit, which they will. I mean, come on. You just saw what they did. They already came in on some nut shit when they finally got reunited with y'all. But Tasiki said that they came in riding for each other and still, she said y'all can come in riding for each other, which is cool, but still keep it cordial. So we get the soap opera scene. Probably the most funniest scene this season to me. And not because they were genuinely being funny. The whole situation itself was funny to me. The way they were acting was funny to me. And I'm about to explain why. They started, Scotty and Bleach, they're walking on the beach. Bleach walking on the beach. They was recapping the dinner, obviously. But Biggie and Dirty Meat come out and they join them. So Scotty's pretty much asking them about last night. Dirty Meat says that Gretchen was so injured, and if you were so injured, sit the fuck down. Scotty then tells Biggie that Nunu had come for Ahna because her mom had passed away and it triggered her. Biggie says it doesn't make sense for them to beef, which it doesn't. And then she's talking shit about Nunu in the confessionals. I'm like, be prepared to fight at that reunion. Be prepared to get your ass beat at that reunion. Because the way Nunu fights, the way Biggie likes to run, she likes to swing and then run. You better be a track star at that reunion if you're trying to get away from Nunu. But they're talking about how Mariah sat quiet when it's clear that she told Nunu. I'm like, that's very valid. But Biggie feels that people are coming for Ahna because she's injured. Biggie says, win, lose, or draw, bitches will get slapped. I said, yeah, okay. But her saying that people are coming for Ahna because she's injured, two things can be true. I can see that. But then again, Ahna got a mouth on her that makes people want to hit her. I'm just going to keep it real with you. But they then start talking about how Keva was coming for Scotty. Bleach says, leave Scotty alone. Bleach is now sitting there talking about how she couldn't pretend nothing was bothering her in her confessionals. This is what she's saying, talking about Dirty Meat. So she then tries to address her about that chain shit and how she's been acting towards her. She says, Meatball said, Dirty Meat says that she don't give a fuck. And she then starts walking away. I said, this is the type of friend that if you got friends like this, when you address them for something that they're doing wrong and they immediately decide to run and act like they don't care what you got to say, A, they know they're wrong, and B, they're not a real friend because they don't care about how you feel. They only care about how they feel and want to address it with you. But whenever you have some type of feeling and you address it to them, they then want to run because they know they're in the wrong. I'm fully on Bleach's side with this. But Dirty Meat tries to call Bleach a fake ass bitch. She then keeps walking away and coming back. This is where it really started to get funny to me. She walks away talking. She comes up talking shit, then walks away. Then comes back talking shit, then walks away. I was dying. I'm like, you are a punk. And I was like, at this point, they're acting. I'm like, why you keep doing this? But Dirty Meat then says that Bleach lets people get in her head, letting these people get in her head to gas her up to address her. I said, no, I don't think so. I think she probably really did want to address this with you because I do believe that Bleach was having an issue with this. And maybe she did feel some type of way about it because it's granted, the whole situation is childish. Like y'all are literally beefing over a fucking chain. I don't care how iced out that chain is. It is not that deep. Like, if you don't want to get me a chain, so be it. Like, if y'all really balling in dough like y'all claim y'all are, y'all can go get your own chain. You don't need a little cheap Baddies chain. Like, the chain looks cheap. I know it's probably not cheap, but it looks cheap if you're asking me. Like, I've seen way more glossed out and iced out chains than that. But they then start getting up in each other's face. And I know their breath was hot. Hot. Because look at how they look. Bleach was more together. Because like I said, when she puts makeup on, she looks like a completely different person and she looks good. When she ain't got no makeup on, she look dirty. Dirty Meat is always dirty. Them lips is always ashy. Like, she looks like she has sleep in her eye. Disgusting. But they up in each other's face, breath all hot. I know it is. Biggie then says, it's getting so hot in here. They're like face to face. I said, yeah, because that breath is hot. But Dirty Meat then starts talking and taking off her sandals to do nothing. But Dirty Meat then says that Bleach treats her like shit. Lies, you treat her like shit. Bleach then says you have no loyalty. So they screaming in each other's face. They then start talking shit about that chain. Bleach then says that she addressed it because she always supports Dirty Meat and is never reciprocated. I do believe that. Like, this right here, we ain't seen how their relationship is off the show, but seeing how it is on the show, I completely believe that because that's what has been shown on the TV. Like, Bleach gets rewarded with things and Dirty Meat is upset about it because she don't have it. She's jealous. But Bleach ends up getting in Dirty Meat's face and she cussed her out real good. Real good. You know when somebody cuss you out real good because she meant every one of them words that she used. The emphasis was there. She said, fuck you dumbass bitch. Like, she was putting emphasis on them words. They was acting their ass off though. Acting their ass off. But Bleach ends up saying, how you mad at a bitch you trying to be like? Like, she was literally on Dirty Meat's behind and she walking away throwing a tantrum. She was walking away crying, doing all that shit. That's when I died laughing because I'm like, she is such a kid. Like, you are a big kid. But then I wrote soap opera. I literally wrote soap opera because that's what it was given to me. But Dirty Meat then gets on her knees crying. being so dramatic. Biggie is down there on her knees with her. I said, this is literally hilarious. Like, this shit is crazy. But they are acting their asses off. They then start talking about how who was, because they come back again. They were separated, then they come back again. They now talking about who's protecting who outside of the house. I then stopped trying to figure out what they were talking about and remember so I could write it down to talk about it. I stopped talking about it because it's some shit that we never saw. They talking about shit that happened off the show. I don't know what's going on, so I'm not about to write it down, but it was cracking me up. But Bleach ends up going off to get by the table, and she's crying because she's doing the face, but nothing's coming out of her eyes at this point. Scotty's now following behind her. Scotty's following behind Bleach while Biggie's following behind Dirty Meat. So Scotty's trying to calm her down. Dirty Meat and Biggie then come up. Dirty Meat is still performing. She's still talking shit. They then start talking about a bunch of shit that happened post-show. The gist of it is Meatball's trying to claim that Tinkabellaa, Bleach, has been talking shit about her or doing shit that friends wouldn't do. And Bleach is saying that Dirty Meat essentially has no loyalty. She don't be a real friend when it's time to be a real friend. What Bleach is saying about Dirty Meat is completely believable. But Scotty is saying now in her confessionals that she does not want to put her input in. She doesn't want to get in between. I said good because they performing, and this shit that you seeing right now, you don't know nothing about. Like what they're talking about, you don't know nothing about because you were not privy to it. And this is an act. Like they might hate each other right now for the show, but I can see them literally being friends again because you could tell they didn't want to fight, which is why they didn't. But Bleach then picks up a table and flips it. This was hilarious. I'm like, this is the housewife moment. But she then says that her uncle passed away and Dirty Meat never sent her condolences. That was the one part in this entire thing that seemed real, and I believed it, which is whack. That's horrible. Like, how are you somebody's friend and somebody close to them passes away and you don't have the decency to send condolences at the very least? Say, like, I'm sorry for your loss. And that's when she started crying. She actually was crying this time. Like, tears was forming. Gets up on her face and says, I'm done with you. This part. She then takes Meatball's face, turns it this way, faces the camera, says some shit like, I'm done with you for real. Kisses her on the cheek, walks out. I said, and scene. Crack me up. They go off separately. Biggie and Scotty still with each of them. But Bleach then says that she wants the camera out of her face because it's not a joke. It's her real life. I said, yes, it is your real life, but it is a joke. Like, scene. But that was the end of that scene. Hilarious. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about that. I was laughing the entire time. But Nunu and Keva, they arrive at the house. They come in screaming, we here, bitches, where y'all at? On some BGC type shit. Like when the replacements come in on BGC, that's how they was acting. So Natalie, Scotty, and Kali, they come out. They're actually being inviting. They put on a smile and like are laughing with him or whatever. Scotty don't know where Jelly Bean is. She's looking for Jelly Bean. So they then go around looking for rooms, the replacements. They're looking for rooms. And they're on like, they saying, what's up, bitches? We here, bitches. But they on some like positive. I wouldn't say it was positive, but they weren't on that rah-rah shit. Like they was like, we here. Finally, we here. You could tell they excited to be there. So that's the type of energy they was on. Biggie, Ahna, Tasiki, they coming out of their rooms. Biggie's walking out of the room saying that ain't nobody, and she's saying this in her confessional. And I wanted to make that a note in her confessional. She didn't say this out loud. She says, ain't nobody walking in this house like they ready to move in at the end of the season. I said, why not? I said, and what are you going to do about it? You're not going to do shit about it. You're not going to do shit about it. But Ahna then says she don't know why Nunu thinks that she's going to be sleeping here after all the shit that she done started. So Ahna is now telling Nunu there's no rooms available. Nunu ain't taking her serious at all. Nunu was laughing and talking and doing the same shit that Keva been doing. How they walked in the house on that same energy, Nunu still had that same energy. So they going back and forth at this point. Keva and Nunu still not paying them no mind. They still on the energy they came in with. They're pretty much ignoring them at this point. Keva and Nunu then make their way towards the bar. And Dirty Meat is out here throwing a tantrum. Crying, doing the same shit she was doing on the beach. And I'm like, for what? For what? It was just so random the way I don't want to say they stuck it in there because I believe it literally was happening in that moment. I'm like, is she still acting a fool over this shit that happened with Tinkabellaa? But everybody is now around the bar at this point. Natalie then says that we'll figure out the rooms later. Let's Baddy shot o'clock because we have a booking. Diamond said, fuck all that. Like, let me get on this. She got on the table at this point and pretty much said, look, I want to talk about this energy shift. How y'all came in and the energy shifted. Diamond wants to make sure that everybody is comfortable sleeping in the house with bitches that they beefing with. Nunu says everybody been in here beefing with each other and they still been living together. So what's the issue now? I said, valid point. A valid point. Maroli loves the new girls. I don't disagree with you at this point. I didn't like them last week, but this episode they want me back because they was entertaining. But she says, I don't know why it's this deep. I don't either. I don't. At this point, I don't. Yes, Nunu looked like a fool jumping in on some shit that had nothing to do with her, and Keva looked like a fool just randomly picking up some random beat just to have a storyline. But outside of that, they are entertaining to me. Right now they are. But Ahna ends up saying that they don't want to talk because they're baddies. Or saying that and when she said they, she's talking about them, the baddies, don't want to talk because they're baddies. I'm like, okay, so you don't want to talk, so let's see you fight. Nunu said, so, okay, what's up? Like, basically the same thing. You want to fight? And she said, I really don't want to fight you because I know you fragile, but, like, if you want to fight, let's do it. So they now going back and forth. Ahna talking that big shit. They talking about AB yet again. And Diamond ends up asking Nunu if she wants to fight Ahna. And she said, it's a yes or no question. Nunu says, it really don't matter to me. Essentially, at this point, if she want to fight, we can fight. If she don't, she don't. But Diamond ends up saying, like, y'all not coming in the house if you want to fight Ahna. She's saying this in her confessional. Normally, I would have an issue with Diamond fighting for other people. But for entertainment purposes, I appreciated her doing it. We're going to get to it later, though. Just for entertainment purposes. From a humanistic standpoint, a respectability standpoint, I'm like, this is clown shit. But Keva ends up saying that nobody's being welcoming and everybody want to fight, so we about to box. I feel it. Like, at this point, if y'all talking on that rah-rah shit and y'all don't want to welcome us in here, let's fight. Y'all want to fight, actually put your hands up and let's fight. But they then migrate to the living room. Natalie says, so that we can talk. Shut up, Natalie. You know you want to fight. And you know you don't want to fight, but you want them to fight so you can have a show, which she did get a show. And Natalie was eating it up. As y'all know, she would. But Diamond then gets up. Everybody's around. Everybody's sitting on the couches. Diamond's in the middle of the floor saying, do y'all want to fight? Nunu says again, it's whatever. Ahna's a grown woman who's been running her mouth, which she has. Even though Nunu started with her, Ahna has still continued to run that mouth. Nunu gets up and asks Ahna, do you want to fight? Ahna stayed seated looking like, no, but she then starts volunteering DiamondTheBody. This is where I said Ahna's looking like a punk. Because if you can pop that shit, you can get in the field. Injured or not, I've said it before. Injured or not, if you can pop it like you want to fight, broken bone or not, you should want to get in the field and get down. Because if you're going to talk shit, get in the field. If you're going to be injured, sit down and shut up. That's just where I feel with it. But Ahna then says that Nunu got to fight for her. She's saying this in her confessional. She got to fight for her spot since she wants Ahna's spot. I said, Ahna, then get in the field then. She want to fight you. You get in the field. Let her fight you for you. You saying that she got to fight for her spot. Let her fight for her spot against you. Let's do that. She got beef with you. Random beef out of nowhere, but it's with you. So if you claiming that she got to fight for her spot, get in there and give her that fight. But Ahna then orders Diamond to fight. Diamond being Diamond. Diamond's entertaining. She then decides to fight Nunu. After Ahna literally tapped her in on some WWE shit. So they get to getting it. First round, both of them were swinging. This one looked like a tie. Both of them were swinging. I rewound it back a couple times. Both of them were swinging. Both of them was connecting because they both was windmilling. But that one looked like a tie. I couldn't count who connected more because it looked like both of them was getting each other equally. Ahna is now laughing, talking about welcome to the house, talking to all the other girls. I'm like, Ahna, you a punk. You laughing, but you didn't get in there. Like, you get in the field and welcomed into the house. But Diamond then gets caught slipping, dapping up Ahna after they fought because Diamond goes over to Ahna on the other side of the couch, dapping her up. Nunu comes over there and gives her a nice little right jab. Bop! And Diamond being Diamond, I don't believe that hit knocked her out that bad. But Diamond throws her body on the other side of the couch. Cracked me the fuck up. She felt so dramatic and it cracked me up. But Biggie's punk ass then decides to sneak Nunu after Nunu did that. She then decides to get her licks in. I said, that's why she gonna beat your ass at this reunion. And then she's sitting there talking about she saw Nunu come up and sneak Diamond. So obviously she had to mink her. Talking about something because what the fuck? What the fuck do you mean? They was fighting one-on-one. That's their one-on-one. If she decides to get Diamond slipping because Diamond's slipping, she has every right to do that because that's a one-on-one. Just like Diamond had every right to do what she did, what I'm about to say in a minute. Their one-on-one has nothing to do with you. Like, it's funny how Biggie then wants to jump in on somebody else's beef, but when it comes time to actually running them phase with somebody like Jela repeatedly, she wants to go cry and not do it. Biggie's a punk, yo. Like, she is a punk. But Diamond is calling for another round. Diamond, she ain't getting enough. She wants some more. Kiva's now popping her shit, and Kiva ended up clocking Ahna because Taseki's now in Kiva's face trying to stop and calm Kiva down, clapping in her face. Kiva better than me because the way as close as Kiva Taseki was clapping, Kiva could have clocked her. I would have clocked. If you were in my face clapping like that, I'd have hit you because you're too close. Back up. But Kiva ended up clocking Ahna, like I said, because Anna's sitting there talking shit, talking about run up again, as she's behind Taseki. And Kiva was like, she's sitting there talking shit while she's behind Taseki. I said, exactly. And Diamond and Nunu go another round. They both were swinging. But Diamond was connecting way more on this one. I was like, ooh. And Diamond looked good in this one. I don't think, and it's funny, and the reason why I'm looking at it like this is because we all know Taseki and Diamond gonna get it up at this reunion, which supposedly is happening next week or the week after next. So that's gonna be interesting. But Diamond, she ain't scared to get in the field. That's one thing about it. She ain't scared to. Nunu ain't scared to either. So this is why I respect all three parties that were in here getting at it. But Nunu in her confessionals is cracking up, laughing, talking about something. Y'all better help y'all house guests because she just got cracked. Yes, she got cracked when you got on that side, but she just cracked you too. And she really about to do it again. And I felt like they strategically put this in here the way they edited it, because directly after she said that in that confessional, she then started talking about my finger, my hand. And when she turned around, Diamond ran up and snuck her back. I ain't even mad at it because she just got snuck. So it's like tit for tat. You snuck me, so I'm sneaking you. Diamond hit her in her face so bad her head ricocheted. I said, now that's how you sneak somebody. She connected, which then made Keva then want to jump in. Rightfully so, because they just jumped your friend. So now you get in and jump in too. Keva's a real one. Because Keva was standing there letting them get their ones. Like their one-on-ones. She stood there and let them get it. And that's what a real friend's supposed to do. Like, if y'all having issues, stand there and get your ones. Like, get it done. But the minute you decide you want to jump, then I'm going to jump in too. She then decided to jump in. And then Ahna is now swinging and throwing shit. Punk. She doing all this stuff because security's blocking Keva at this point. You now want to decide to get gully and start throwing stuff and start swinging. But when Nunu called out your fade, you stayed your ass on that couch. You then decided to volunteer Diamond to fight your battle. But now that somebody is blocking you from getting hit, you didn't want to. That's that punk shit. And I'm really not liking Ahna right now because of what she said about Nunu's mama and her child. I saw something on TikTok where she talking about fuck you and your mama and them kids. Yes, when you starting to fight and stuff, certain things are off limits. But talking about somebody's kid and talking about somebody's mother who has passed is some wild shit. Karma is real and it's gonna get her. And when it do get her, it's gonna be bad. Yes, she got her face cracked by that dude, which I'm not condoning. But Ahna got some karma coming for her. She got it coming bad too. But Keva is not ready to fight. Keva been looking for a fight. So she been ready for it. So Keva called out her ones with Diamond, and Diamond was ready to run it with her, which I respect. Keva was getting Diamond until she flipped around the other way and got on the couch. Because then Diamond gets on top of her, and now everybody else jumping on Keva now. Weak shit. Like, let Diamond handle her own, because Diamond can handle her own. Like, Diamond's getting my respect. Because when it comes to fighting, she's not scared to do it. And when she does get in there, she does handle herself. She has not gotten her ass beat yet on this show that I've seen. I haven't watched her fights on Now That's TV, so I don't know. But on here, she hasn't really gotten her ass beat. She's going to get it beat at that reunion with Taseki. But next week, we get Bianca and Sapphire fighting, which I'm assuming is going to lead to Bianca and Mariah fighting. But this episode was entertaining. Probably the most entertaining episode of the season. This season has been one of the most boring. But this episode was good, and y'all let me know what y'all thought down below. Again, if you got this far and have not already subscribed, please do so. 5K, we on the way. Thumbs up the video, drop them comments down below. Catch us on the live tomorrow, probably around 7:30, 7 o'clock, 8, one of them times. Turn the post notifications on, and you'll know when we go live. But I will see y'all then. Peace.